Mission 17 is a stark change of pace coming out of Mission 16. It's fast-paced, has some no-nonsense execution margins, and includes the first of the 2 boss fights in the game. Your agility will automatically increase to 130 out of 200 upon completing the mission, so that's kinda nice, I guess. Run forward left and draw a sword. Dash 6 times, then A-jump to grab the Eve. R-jump upon climbing up, and aerial into consecutive SK the spear guards. Head north and dash out of the area. Line up a dash into R-jump across the gap, then roll off the wall and dash SK the guard. Dash northwest and climb up the wall. L-jump onto the rooftop, then again up the apex. L-jump to the next rooftop and dash up, then L-jump off. Back SK the pirate, then dash twice upon the gangplank and R-jump into the ship. Skip the cutscene and immediately R-jump back out, then roll into position. Wait for Shigi to jump out after you, then roll behind him and triple slash him into the water. Aim for sub 50 second times here. The consecutive SK on this mission has a few hurdles. To ensure a purple meter on both of the spear guards, you'll need to land a dash quite close to the building. If in doubt, jam an extra dash into the building, as the audio for getting both guards in purple meter versus only one is nearly indistinguishable. Another snag is that the Eve we R-jump from hardly has any meat to her, evidenced by the game clipping you into the building and promptly spitting you back out when trying to climb up. Luckily, the clipping bit isn't an issue. However, getting up the thing can be. Such a small surface requires a more precise A-jump to properly grab, both in terms of lateral positioning and angle of attack. The most consistent arrangement seems to be standing directly under the Eve and having the camera facing south. Make some micro adjustments by strafing as necessary to get workable parameters. Immediately upon climbing up, execute the R-jump. Impart a hard right bias on the left stick after passing the topmost Eve. Adjusting the camera isn't recommended, as doing so with a left stick input could lead to grabbing the Eve above. Since the aerial SK will be partially blind, you can use a combination of audio cues and the SK indicators to time it. The leap across the gap can be finicky as well. Making the jump onto the wall is critical, as missing it leads to significant time loss and potentially unworkable guard positioning in the next section. The 2 main options are L-jumping or the old reliable dash into R-jump. Perhaps counterintuitively, the L-jump here requires a more precise setup than the R-jump. This is why the R-jump is recommended. There's no real backup for falling off the wall, so getting this jump consistently is imperative. There are a few feasible options to deal with the mid-guard. The fastest is actually to wait for the guard to begin turning north, then roll off the wall and dash SK. You can opt for a back SK in this position, or rolling down earlier and doing a front SK. The standard SK options are roughly equivalent to each other, while both are a smidge more than a second slower than the dash SK. Since the pirate next to the ship has a consistent position, you can opt to aerial slash SK instead of a back SK. In a vacuum, this is faster by about a second. The greater problems are that if you whiff the slash, the recovery animation cannot be cancelled. This can lead to scrambling for a regular SK or an outright detection, depending on where you land. Also, the positioning and setup for the aerial is much more specific, which eats into the potential time save. Shigi can be a formidable opponent in a duel, more so since he can easily one-shot our measly 10 health. As such, we don't bother. Instead, we exploit the fact that all enemies in Tenchu Z cannot swim, bosses included. First, we have to get Shigi off the boat. The initial R-jump serves double duty to both trigger the fight and to face the character in a direction that is conducive for the second R-jump, which gets us out of the boat as quickly as possible. Staying out of sight will cause Shigi to come looking for you. Different positions can yield different pathing from Shigi, which in turn can increase potential variance. To minimize said variance while staying in striking distance, wait on the third plank in this protruded section of the gangplank. Shigi makes a distinct skidding stop just before jumping out of the boat, which is used as the primary audio cue. Once you hear it, roll around towards the west-southwest edge of the gangplank. Shigi will jump out and in front of you, at which point you can slash him into the water.